Welcome back to my channel. Now I'm going to do book reviews for the books that I read in January 2025. So the first book is by Lena Kennedy and it's called Down Our Street. This is a book about a big family. Annie had 13 children and it's wartime. And she's like the matriarch of the street of London. So she's advised to send her younger children away. The older children, Joe, Billy, Dan, they all joined some sort of forces, army, navy, that sort of thing. And so the younger children were sent away. So the girls went to Devon and the boys went to the Midlands where they were badly treated. The girls were treated really good. Anyway, as time went on, Annie's house got bombed. She moved to Devon, which she hated. She wanted to be back in London. So it is about what happened and where things ended up, you know, who went into forces, stories about them. The girls start to grow up, but things really change. One of the girls ends up very timid and nervy and that sort of stuff. Amy does well and she meets someone. So it goes along all those lines of what war does to a family and how they escape it, how they end up. Do they go back to London? I know you don't until you read the book. So I thought this was a good book. I gave it 4 out of 5. So that's the first book. The second one, now this next one is a true story. The Lost Boy by Dave Pells, and it's about Dave. It's about him. It's about how he was treated by his parents. It ends up a foster care story. So this is in America. His parents treat him really badly. He's got 2 older brothers, which they treat normally, but he has to do chores. He's sent down to the basement and with hardly anything to eat, just enough to keep him alive, hardly any clothes on. He has to sit on his hands down in a cold basement. And this is a really, really sad story because it's also, a true story. So, it goes on. He finally runs away and the state catches up with him and he goes into foster care. And then he goes into foster care and he goes into foster care. So it's not all a bed of roses. Eventually, and because his parents lie. That's the thing, his parents lie. They say, no, we treated him good and what have you. But eventually, it is found out that they haven't. And so down the track, he actually has to make a statement about them and he has to testify in court about them. This is another good story. I really liked it. I gave this one a 4 out of 5. So the next book is by Lillian Woodward, and yes, you can hear me tune because I have to write it down because I read books and articles and things and I have to remember. And yes, I am sitting in my large dressing room because I have a chair and a table in here, and so you can see my clothes, but they're all neat and tidy. So, Out of the Past by Lillian Woodward. Now this is another good one. Well, I only read good books because if I don't like a book, after I give it around 100 pages, that's it. I shit can it. It's like, no. So this one is about an Australian that comes to England and he comes to a farm and the owner of the farm really likes him and he's in really need of a new shepherd and makes him a shepherd because this Australian is trained as a shepherd. But he has a motive for being there, has a motive for leaving Australia and going there. And the motive is he was told by someone that had lived there a long time ago and had gone to Australia and on his deathbed gave this guy a map and said there's treasure. There is buried treasure. So anyway, he was living in the house to start with and he went downstairs to start looking for this treasure, checking out the map and pacing it out, when the daughter came down, the daughter of the owner of the house came down, and she said, "What are you doing?" And he said, "Oh, just getting a drink of water." But as he grabbed the drink of water, he hit something behind his back. She thought, "It was a bit strange. What was he doing?" Well, he ends up in the cottage that is for the shepherd, and so time goes on. His so-called girlfriend comes over from Australia to see if he's found the treasure, and he realizes that he actually doesn't really like her, and thought, no, she's money grown, because he really likes this job. So does he find the treasure? You have to read the book to find out. This is another great book. Really enjoyed it. Took me no time to read it. Gave it a 4 out of 5. And then the last one for the month of January is a Mary Higgins Clark. Obviously, this is going to be a good book, because she's a good author. So Ellie was only 7 years old when her sister Andrea is murdered. Ellie at 7 knew that Andrea was meeting her boyfriend in this hideout. So after Andrea had been missing for quite a few hours, Ellie at 7 years old went to have a look to see if Andrea was with the boyfriend, and forgot to come home. What she found was Andrea dead. And she felt the locket around her neck, the locket that the boyfriend had given her. But she could hear someone laughing. Anyway, she ran home, she told her parents, but then she hears her dad saying, "Oh, if only Ellie had told us before where Andrea could have been, we could have saved her." So Ellie, for a long time, grew up thinking, well, Dad doesn't love me anymore because I'm the cause of Andrea's death, because I could have told the secret, and I could have helped save her. Time went on, but Rob Westerfield, very rich boy from a very rich family, he was charged with the murder. And after 22 years of being in prison, he was let out on parole. Get your words out, Moira. Ellie, by now, is a well-established reporter, and she didn't want him getting out of prison. And he was saying, "No, it wasn't me. It was somebody else," and saying this other person's name, and so it goes on. Ellie decides to pursue this matter and prove that Rob is the killer. So she goes digging and what have you, and in that they try and kill her. They set fire to the place she's living. So she was completely unsafe in doing this, but she didn't care. She did want to convict this Rob, to get him back in prison for life, because she knows that he is the killer. So it does go on and on like this. It's a brilliant story, absolutely. This one I'm actually giving 5 out of 5. So there you go. So there's my books for January. I hope you like this. I hope you found this interesting. I know I don't give a lot away, but I was told once when I was doing the ones I gave too much away. So I'm trying to keep it a lot shorter. Whether that's right or wrong, but hope it's inspired you. I'm hoping to read 30 books this year. So I've read 4. I'm halfway through book 5, and we are in the beginning of February. So I will keep doing these reviews. If you like this sort of stuff, please like, subscribe, and press the notification bell. Then when they go up, you will be notified that a vlog has landed. Okay, thank you for watching. Bye.